like seeing a dinosaur or something prehistoric. The rumor is a 400-year-old lady lost her social security. A 120-year-old lady lost her social security. You got old people all across the country. They're losing money. They're being disregarded. They're being treated like they're less than human. And it's sad to see. Oh, gotta look at this, man.
In a court filing, the White House said that Elon Musk is not a DOJ employee and has no authority to make decisions. Can you clarify for us today
well, Elon
what his
Musk,
exact role is there?
Yeah. Elon is, to me, a patriot. So, you could call him an employee, you could call him a consultant, you could call him whatever you want. But he's a patriot. I mean, look at the kind of things I just said. Just write it down, just in case that question got asked, right? And which I'm surprised it took so long, actually. But you know what? Ukraine's a bigger deal because people are dying by the thousands a week, thousands. But look at this, from 90 to 99, Social Security, 6,054,000 people. Well, that's okay. Maybe that's possible. 90 to 99, maybe it's possible. It's a lot of people, though, at that. But people that live to 100 to 109, 4,734,000. Wow, that's a lot. That means over 100 years old. They're 4 million people. I don't know too many. I know people that are doing great in their 90s, but not too many people over 100. But over 120, from 120 years old, people that are 120 years old up to 129, 3,472,000 people. Wow. That can't possibly be because the record is like, I think it's one person, a woman, lived to 127, but they have 3,470.
Hold on, wait. You mean to tell me it's old people masquerading? Acting like they older than what they are to get a check? Is that what they selling, or am I sadly mistaken? Are they trying to say that the old people in the database is not really old people and somebody been running a scam? There's 20-year-olds out there perpetrating a fraud, acting like they're 130-something years old in the system. How could somebody be 400 years old collecting Social Security? They handing it down from generation to generation. Now it's all starting to make sense. Is that the reason why you see all these nice ass houses and you wonder what these people do for a living? They be out in the middle of nowhere. Where do they work? How do they afford these houses? What do they do? Is it a Social Security fraud? Ain't nobody 200 years old, 300 years old getting a check. They went into the database. Now they starting to connect them dots. Who are these people living in these houses? Everybody not a movie star. Everybody not a rock star. Everybody not a doctor. Everybody not a lawyer. Did they finally expose what's really going on? How could they afford it? You see a 20-year-old hopping in a Bentley, leaving the house just like this. How did they do it? Social Security, man. Maybe they got a point. I don't know everything, but that's what it looked like to me. It's starting to look like they've been scamming all across the country. Now they got the technology to shut down the scams. Ain't nobody 400 years old. They saying old people are losing money in America, but what if those old people are really young people that figured out a way to work the system, man? That's the only way it's making sense to me. I don't know about y'all. I need to hear what he said one more time. I do apologize, man, but this got me hyped up. Wait a minute, run that back a little bit.
A DOJ employee and has no authority to make decisions. Can you clarify for us today
Well, Elon
what his
Musk,
exact role is there?
Yeah. Elon is, to me, a patriot. So, you could call him an employee, you could call him a consultant, you could call him whatever you want. but he's a patriot. I mean, look at the kind of things I just said. Just write it down, just in case that question got asked, right? And which I'm surprised it took so long, actually. But you know what? Ukraine's a bigger deal because people are dying by the thousands a week, thousands. But look at this, from 90 to 99, Social Security, 6,054,000 people. Well, that's okay. Maybe that's possible. You know,
Okay, 6 million people. 6 million. Okay, let's go.
90 to 99, maybe it's possible. It's a lot of
6 million people from 90. That's a whole lot of people in their 90s. Listen,
people, though, at that. But people that live to 100 to 109, 4,734,000. Wow, that's a lot. That means over 100 years old. They're 4 million people. I don't know.
4 million people that's over 100 years old in the U.S. today. That means every other person you see, they pushing 140.
I don't know too many. I know people that are doing great in their 90s, but not too many people over 100. But over 120, from 120 years old, people that are 120 years old up to 129, 3,472,000 people.
3,400,000 living over 100. Where they club at? Are those the people in them nice houses that I was just talking about? Is that it? Do that explain the suburbs? They got old money. Whenever you see a beautiful piece of property, just know that it's somebody in there that's 150 years old. Even if they not even visibly present, they in there somewhere. They in the basement, the attic. It's a den, a shelter, it's some shit going on where there's an elderly person. Hold on, listen, let me shut up. Listen to this.
Wow. You know, that can't possibly be because the record is like, I think it's 1,000 people. Wow. You know, that can't people that are 120 years old up to 129, 3,472,000 people. Wow. You know, that can't possibly be because the record is like, I think it's one person, a woman, lived to 127, but they have 3,472. Okay, but now we're going really in. People from 130 years old to 139-year-old, 3,936,000.
Oh, the gig is up. The gig is up. They don't figure this shit out. Man, there's gonna be a lot of hurt feelings out this motherfucker. The money was good while the getting was good. They cracking down on all the scams. You can't be out here fronting like you 140 years. Is that what they been doing? Claiming they great grandmother's social security and she been gone. They taking on old people's identities, scared to get pulled over by the cops. Don't know what they gonna say. They trying to make themselves look old. They walking with a cane, a walker, and they really in their 30s? Is that what's happening? Somebody tell me that is not happening in America. This explains a whole lot of people been scamming and getting over. Hold on, wait.
One person up to 129. 3,472,000 people. Wow. You know, that can't possibly be because the record is like, I think it's one person, a woman lived.
Yo, hello. Who this is, man?
Hi, Sean. I love your show. What's going on?
Oh, man, I do appreciate you. We over here trying to figure this out. Did you hear about these old people getting cut from their Social Security?
Yes, I did.
Man, please let us know what you know about this.
This is what I'm thinking. Based upon what you're saying on the show, I agree with you. What if, some of the people that come up missing on the news and they're older and they say they've been missing for a long time, what if they're really dead and they won't just go ahead and admit that they're dead and they're keeping their money and living off of it?
Yes, grandma's in the basement somewhere.
Yes.
They got her down there. Ain't nobody give a damn. All her friends and family gone. Ain't nobody asking no questions, and they still claiming her as alive.
Yes, especially if it was a grandmother that none of the family liked or it was a lot of drama. and they all keep it a secret and split the money and just say that she's been missing for 10 years. And when then somebody catches on to it, they declare her, oh, we found the remains and declare her missing or dead. What do you think?
Man, I'm starting to think because old people, when you that old, you got a guardian, a caretaker for everything. They can't expect you to go in the bank and be writing no checks and you hooked up to all of this shit. So they figure your daughter, your great granddaughter coming to handle your financial business, coming to cash that
Mm-hmm.
check or
Power of
make that
attorney.
deposit. Yeah, power of attorney. These people could have been gone for 50 some years and they still holding on to that social
Wow.
security.
Wow. That's something to think about. Damn, you got me thinking.
Yeah. And Trump's like, I was going to be 3 million, 4 million people out there that's over 120. You barely see people make it to 90 or 100 tops, maybe 104 if you're lucky. And that's very, very rare. Not no 4 million, 5 million people.
Wow. And remember the Get Out movie when they were taking, you see what I'm getting at? Huh?
Oh.
Huh?
Oh, that is beyond crazy. What if they've been
Huh?
doppelganger hopping body to body? You ever seen the
Huh?
movie The Skeleton Key?
Yes, I have.
They figure out a way to man, it's some more
And
other shit
AI
going on.
and Elon Musk is up there too. What do you see what I'm getting at?
Oh,
Huh?
they don't figured out who's who and what is what.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
God,
Yep. Bingo.
it's it is getting creepy. We living in some. I don't think people willing to accept or to comprehend exactly what we dealing with in society today.
I've been feeling it. I've been feeling it. That's why I had to call in. This is awesome. I don't
You
want to hold
know,
up your line. I know there's some more
no,
people.
we
Oh.
need ain't no more people. They scared to call. You the only one with the testes to call in here and talk with me, man. The floor is yours. I would love to know how deep do you think this rabbit hole goes? Because with them exposing these things and putting a stop to these things, it seems like the Trump administration is coming in to hack away at a lot of the bullshit that's been keeping the country stagnant. And I'm not saying that he's doing the right thing or I'm not saying he's doing the wrong thing, but we live in a time of exposure. A lot of things are starting to be exposed with him making the
Right.
moves that he's making.
Right. Right. I agree. I agree. Wow.
People
Wow.
scared to death, people shaking in their boots. It could be that the currency that we've been using really don't hold no weight whatsoever. Like it's been play money this whole time.
It doesn't hold any weight. That's why so many people are becoming extremely interested in Africa all of a sudden. You know, they've been first they start promoting people like Tyler and
Hmm.
then African beats and everything. When years ago they were being negative about Africa and saying all of this negative stuff. Now everybody's overly interested in Africa, trying to get out of the United States because the U.S. is about to go under.
Damn. So, I mean, you know, I've been right. I can't even get it out, man. I've done seen the country. I've done some traveling. I done been far out in the country where there's nothing out there. You know what I'm saying? I've seen places where they have like outside of the city area, like there's a bunch of beautiful homes being built every day. Like it's people
I
living
know.
lavish. You see these people, you be like, wow, what do they do? They've been scamming this whole time.
Did you hear about the block they put on the passports to try to keep people from leaving?
No, I didn't hear about that. Please
People,
explain.
yes, people have been trying to leave, whether they are LGBT, heterosexual, transgender. A transgender woman, I think, tried to leave the United States with a passport, and they told her she couldn't go, or he or she couldn't go. And they were like, "Well, why? I have all my credentials." And they said, "Well, you just can't go." And he told them to check, and they checked, and they were like, "Well, there's some type of a block up or something like that, and you just can't go." So it was other people trying to leave the United States with a passport, and something about they're changing the paperwork or changing the criteria with the
Hmm.
passport. So what's going on? Why do they, if they don't want to change the housing system and the pay for everyone, why are they so worried about everybody leaving when they don't want to treat the people right that's here?
I'm looking here. They're saying if people don't update their gender on their passports, that's going to be a complication. Like you going to have to deal with this. But how do you go back? You got to go back and change your birth certificate. That deals with your social security. That deals with like you really got to figure out how you going to switch this in
No,
order
this
to
is
be.
heterosexuals too. And they said if you've changed your name, then it's going to be some difficulty going on with passport and with, I forgot what else it was. They're putting so many loopholes to keep people stuck in the U.S. They want slaves.
Oh man, that's what's happening because like you said, people gonna be willing to jump ship. Like, hey, I ain't gonna be able to do this. It look a whole lot cheaper overseas somewhere. I'm gonna post up in Jamaica, take the money I got now and post up in Jamaica somewhere and live like that for the rest of
Facts,
my days.
facts. A lot of people are wanting to do that, and I feel that a lot of us should get the hell up out of here. As I just feel that I'm very intuitive, so it's just like something hasn't been feeling right, and it's going to get real weird out here, even worse. I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm just feeling it.
But Americans have certain cadences. Americans have certain ways to where people in other countries is not so gung ho about having Americans come and live in their country, especially with Africans, man. I hate to say it, but a lot of times Africans really don't care for African Americans like that. So a whole bunch of African Americans going over to Africa, it's a disaster waiting to happen. It's going to be people getting chased down the street with machetes.
What
I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
is, we have to do our research on exactly where we need to go. We have to go with the plan, have enough saved up, be on one accord, because it's hard to get a group of people with a similar mentality with different skills. So we need, retired, military of all branches. So we have a couple of people that are retired, Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force, Armed Forces, all together, police officers, not all of them, but the good ones. And you have some of those in the group that go together, along with everyday people that have skills, went to college for things, even certifications. Bring those skills with us, and not just go over empty-handed and without a plan. It's going to be very difficult to get that many people to put their W's in a row to go over with a plan and with skills. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that. If you going over and you don't have nothing to offer a country, you just want to show up and see
Yeah.
what they got to eat. You get off the plane, rub me your belly. It's a lot of men. Where the hoes at? Oh, I heard it's some chicks. Oh, I'm about to go have some babies. Yeah, where the party at? It's gonna be hard. You gonna wind up getting. They not even gonna waste their time
What
putting you
else?
in jail. They gonna execute your ass.
Or like the lady that's over there, the lady with the rap that's in Dubai.
She was acting up. They threw that ass in jail so fast. Like we will not be tolerating your American bullshit.
Oh man, this is horrible. This is a damn shame.
So what do the people do that say, you know what? I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna ride this out. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna figure it out. What do you think people got to look forward to riding it out right here in America?
This is the exact same thing I was saying about if we were going to leave and go overseas with a plan. They would have to do that same plan here. So we all are individual people because we have to be. A lot of us don't get along, especially in our culture. But everyday people outside the culture, same thing. But if you're talking about predominantly our culture, a lot of us can't seem to get along. And the mercury rate is real high. And then you have like the dumb skin tone thing and people being jealous and envious. We need that under check first because anybody can blend in and camouflage and pretend they're on board, get there, and then somebody takes the money and run, or somebody takes someone out because they really never liked them. And now you're in charge. You can't be in control of me. I don't want you telling me what to do. We don't need that type of stuff. So we need like mature people with skills that are doing the same thing in the United States as they would if we were to leave and go overseas. So we need to be able to have like a big place where we all have our space inside of a building, not step on each other's toes, and then save money that way. The same way we see like a lot of Latinos do that, and that's how they came up. This is something that we're going to have to learn how to do, but we can't just live with anybody. So you see what happens with us when that happens.
See, that's why ownership is so important. We don't have a collective ownership of anything. Leaving America is like saying, I'm gonna go stay with my cousin. I'm gonna go stay with my auntie. I'm gonna tie mama tripping. So I'm gonna leave mama.
Right.
I'm gonna go. That's a horrible position. When do you get your own shit? You know what I'm saying? When do we get our own shit?
Yeah.
That's the problem. We don't have nothing of our own.
Facts.
So we constantly gonna be, no matter where we go, it's not gonna be home. This don't even feel like home to a lot of Americans or whatever, but
It
it
doesn't
is
even.
home. But it don't, But like I said, ownership is the most important thing right now.
Yes, ownership and like-minded individuals because I like doing stuff on my own. Don't get me wrong. It's only because I haven't come across people with a mature mindset. And maturity has nothing to do with age. It's people that's like of age that should know better. And it's people young that's been out here on their own for a while and have no choice because they grew up there. So having people with a similar mindset and a plan. And we need translators. We need people going to school for different languages. We need to learn these languages because learning just knowing only English is not going to help us out here. It's not going to help the next generation either. They're going to either become fourth class citizens to where you're asking everybody for jobs, will you hire me, will you hire me? And then they're going to get nasty with the rental and the housing out here. They're going to get bad with it. They're going to start doing what they did before where they'll post they may just say call in to get the rate. And they'll tell the black people one thing and they'll tell another group another thing. And then they may say, well, the rent will be 3,000 for you, but we'll tell the other people we'll just cut you a deal is 1,500 for you, so that they can manage, and that will deter a lot of people from wanting to live in certain places. So this is going to start happening again, zoning, redlining, all types of unethical things. So we're definitely going to have to sharpen our skills. That's all that it is, learning different languages, learning different skills, connecting with people with mindset.
You know, I agree with everything you're saying, but in order for that to work for people of color, we gotta let go of all of the entertainment that we find
Facts.
entertaining. We gotta vibrate on a different frequency. I've noticed with other peoples of other nationalities is it's embedded in their culture
Yep.
to be polite and kind and respectful to one another. I mean, it's just a standard. You see them when they congregate, when they get together, when they have social events, it's damn near a kumbaya experience. It ain't no drama. They
Right.
all resonating on a higher frequency. That goes for the Latin community, the Asian community. They have a uppity, a damn near chipper mind state and
Right.
philosophy, man. They resonate on a higher frequency. That's going to be hard to do.
Right. You see what I'm
Listening
saying?
to and watching and being interested in the shit that we interested in.
Facts, and what really helped, how we have the football players, basketball players, and these rappers out here rapping about nothing, but a lot of them, we don't deserve any of this stuff. First, I don't deserve anything from anyone. I get it on my own, but it's good to have a team. That's cool. What I'm saying is, for the ones who have the big bucks, if they were to develop their own team and understand they can't do that forever, because you have people that are actors now doing OnlyFans,
Mm,
linking up with YouTubers to stay relevant. You notice it?
mm-hmm.
Have you
Definitely.
noticed that?
Yeah, the money is trickling
Exactly.
away.
They're how can I put it? They're living in areas where it really doesn't really matter. If they were to cut the cost, give them a place overseas where they can live in luxury with the money that they're making as actors and actresses, rappers, and football players, they can live like kings over there. Get a group of people from the U.S. that have similar mindsets, teach them and take all those skills that we all have and teach them to other people, flip that money, everybody could live good. But that's not the mentality we have.
Yeah, black culture and black interests is starting to become very primal to where people
Yeah.
that's interested in all of the other advancements and all of the endless possibilities, they basketball ain't cutting it no more.
Hmm.
Okay, they bounce the ball, they put it in the hole.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it's a 3 point. He shot it from out there. It's a 3 point shot. It's a
Yes.
dunk. This shit is becoming very, very, very
Lame.
primitive. Yeah, it's like some caveman shit, and people losing interest
Yeah.
every day. And for the demographic that still find these things interesting, the ways of old that's not willing to get with the program, that this entertainment is going to be a part of the reason why we get left behind.
I feel you 100. And everybody needs to be keeping their health up for real because these hospitals are not going to be, they already have been treating a lot of us horribly. It's going to get worse. So we're going to need some of those ways from the past for those to survive all of that time with some of the experiments that were being done to them. We're going to need to
Mm.
know how to go through the earth to get some of these things, take care of our health and our bodies. All the women should be fit. I know they say, oh, this is how I am, but the women need to be fit, man. And the men, we need to be like fit, like exercising, because what's getting ready to happen out here, it's about to be real sad. It's going to be people getting turned away at hospitals, even with insurance, um, putting certain people first and the other people basically last. We need to have a strong body, strong health to even be able to be on point with the mind.
Man, it's time to cut the shit. That's what time it is, man. It's time to cut it. But in order for a lot of us to cut the BS, we're gonna have to cut each other off. You're gonna have to
Man, you said it.
disassociate with a lot of people.
I already have. It's sad, but it's the way that it is. It's just the way that it is because sometimes your own family, and I've known this because I'm like the black sheep, and I'm cool with that. I move easier by myself,
Hmm.
but your own family, there's going to be a lot of people fighting and setting each other up for insurance. Family members, friends, taking each other out for insurance money because they see that money. They've never had anything before. Taking somebody out for a couple of thousand for insurance money.
I've seen it, man, and all they really have to do is claim you or put a policy. It could be people you
Right,
don't even know they have a policy out on you,
right,
and they do,
right.
and they sitting in the wind waiting for you to do some dumb shit, or they gonna provoke some madness to happen to you so they can get the money.
Set you up. Yep, yep. It's weird times we're living in, and this has been happening. That's why the crime rate is so high. Some of these homicides that are taking place aren't just random. This stuff is set up. A lot of people get set up by their own friends, of course, and family members that they're not even cool with. So that's what I'm saying. Before we can even do any of this, you really have to know the company you keep, and most of all yourself. Because if you don't know yourself, you'll think anybody's cool with you and making moves, and they don't even care. They just wait for you to make all the moves, and then they eat off of you, set you up, take your money. It's stupid. It's just,
Remember the Shanquella Robinson situation?
yeah, yes,
Extra creepy. Her family, her friends, everybody. It seemed like everybody was in on it for a bag.
yep, for real. They set her up. She's the one who paid. She was the brain of it all. She is the one who paid for everything. They sat around her like crows and vultures, drinking with her. They had planned that. They were going to do something to her. They were going to leave her stranded one way or the other, even if they didn't take her life. They were going to do something.
And
And
the way her parents went about it was, I'm
yeah,
still baffled.
yeah. And the sick thing about it is they left her down there, brought her suitcase back, took her credit cards, went to the parents' house, ate food there, said that she was still there and was sick. Turns out they did that to her. That's some real Judas stuff. Creepy.
They set up a GoFundMe. I'm talking about they rigged up. They set a
Wow.
goal. They set a goal. They reached the goal. Double back and put more money on it.
What? I didn't know about the GoFundMe.
Yeah, they rigged up big with the GoFundMe. You had rappers, people donating. They was holding rally. They squeezed every drop out this damn lemon. So, and the only reason why I'm bringing this back up is because
Uh huh.
family.
Yep.
It's a cold game out here for that money. People will do damn near anything.
Yeah, I cut all my family off already. I already did all that. I've been a lone wolf and I've been taking care of my own stuff. Not to be like, independent, not like that, but you have to move solo sometimes because when you start seeing people do certain things around you and try to set you up one time and you notice and you call them out on it, they'll do it again. They'll do it again.
But when you move like that, you create cycles because you start a new family or you meet a new family, and when shit not right, Or if you feel like it ain't going right, that's when you get the scissors out. Look, if I could do it to my own flesh and blood,
I know
I
that's
won't.
right.
I wouldn't have no problem. But how long do you keep on having these cycles? How long do you continue to be that way? Because when you become a lone wolf,
Hmm.
when you become, you know, a person that's on your own, when do you decide or how do you decide? Matter of fact, I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. What this young lady's talking about, I've done the same thing too. But what I noticed in my lifetime is that you wind up meeting the same people over again. You find yourself in the same scenarios that you was in when you were a child or whatever the case is. Man, I swear I don't been through the same cycle about 3, 4 times and
Bingo.
just
But
now realizing it.
yes, exactly. But there's one catch to it. Exactly what you said. When I cut them off, I had already had, I come from like a family of narcissists. So I already knew when I got out, I was never going back. And that's exactly what I did. So when you get out of that, you got to reflect. You got to get to yourself. You got to reflect on what it is that you didn't see before, what you caught on to, what you let slide with your own family. You got to pay attention to what roles they played in your life, which each one of them did, so you could recognize them in other people to not keep the cycle going. And you have to be willing to keep and maintain a certain amount of time to yourself, developing yourself, literally, like exercising, denting, getting stuff out, because you're going to be pissed off. It's going to be stuff to come up, but you have to deal with that and not bring it to somebody else. Try to run into a relationship, meet new friends, and all that type of stuff. You got to like take that L and deal with your own stuff. And you're not going to look too nice to people because you might seem rude as hell to people, like I do. But they don't understand. It's I got to do this for me because that's how you meet the best people when you get that stuff out of yourself. You're going to be pissed off.
Hey, my advice to people out there is to take full responsibility and full accountability for
Yes.
whatever your circumstances are, even if it's dealing with your family, even if it's some childhood trauma or whatever the case is. Once you take
Yep.
responsibility over your own mind, then you can start making decisions towards what you really want or how you really want things to go. But first, you have to address the issue, and the issue is never somebody else, because you will keep finding people that's just like the people in your past because you never let it go. You never address your own personal demons, man, because
Yeah.
until you address it, you never going to stop being confronted with it.
Facts. That's so true. It's like you're like a magnet at that point. And I reckon, see, with me, I'm just being honest. Now, this may not matter, but I'm an Aries, so I know it shows. I
Mhm.
take full responsibility for everything in my life and always have. So I'm a lone wolf for a reason because people in my family were not cut from the same cloth. I could be that way if I wanted to, but it won't get me anywhere. I don't want to be like that. So I have to walk to myself. And
Mm.
what you were just saying about cutting the cycles and doing the inner work and making sure you don't attract the same people, that's absolutely facts because um, like you said, you could recognize and you'll start attracting the same types of people over and over and over again. And it's one if you can't help who we attract, but you
Mhm.
do have boundaries that you could put in place, and you decide whether you want to deal with them or not. You'll notice that they get pissed off because you won't let them in your life.
Mhm.
They will get pissed off.
Yeah, and I believe that people, they come into a situation genuinely who they are, but by being in your presence and dealing with you, we mold people into those
Mm.
people just by our actions, by our thought patterns, by our philosophies, the way we carry ourselves. That's why you have to create a different dynamic for yourself, live in a different paradigm. You have to change. I feel like the only way you can really change is by admitting a lot of things about yourself that you probably weren't willing to admit before, man. You have to fully accept who you are, and then that way you can make changes, man. It's like a person, their car broke down, but they don't want to admit that their car got problems. Like, this shit ain't even
Right.
starting. Ain't nothing wrong with the car. No, something is wrong with the car and it needs to be fixed. And when you address that, then you'll be able to go wherever it is that you really want to go. But until then, you in denial about this car being broke down, even though it's not turning over, it's clearly not working. You
Yeah.
gotta freaking fix that. so you can, and it's all about you. It's never about another person. That's why in my life, when I come across people or I meet people and they I feel like they do me wrong or they throw shade or whatever the case is, I realize that it's something about me that resonates with them to behave that way. Okay, this is another way to put it for the people out there listening. You are a mirror, and whatever is going on with you is going to reflect in other people, man. So if you feel like people ain't doing you right or treating you right, that's because you're not doing yourself right and you're not treating yourself right.
Mm.
You got to look at it like that. People are a reflection of you. And if you want to change that reflection, you got to change the image that you see of yourself. And people will see the image that you see of yourself. So that's where it starts, man. And not to get too deep on this, but I'm on the phone with my soulmate, you know what I'm saying? And we
Oh yeah.
vibing. She probably never called back. Um, and people in the chat, they wondering, like, what's going on? You got like a boyfriend, a girlfriend? How that go?
Oh, me?
Uh-huh.
No, I don't. I've been taking a lot of time get myself together to not repeat patterns in my family. That scares the hell out of me.
But
So
you
I
like
don't.
girls.
No, I don't like any. I don't like anybody. I keep to myself, man. I literally keep to myself. I am petrified
You
of
don't
being
like
like my
men or
family.
girls.
Well, I guess you could consider me asexual, only because I just keep to myself. I know it sounds weird, Sean. Don't get on me. Don't be like, oh my goodness. No, do the oh my goodness. I want to hear it.
What is an asexual? Please explain to the people that don't know.
Okay, an asexual is someone who doesn't sleep with anybody. It's like you can see beautiful people and respect them for who they are and respect them, their mind and what they do, how to handle their business. But you're just keeping to yourself. You're not seen with anybody. People can't ever even they can't even put a name to you with anyone because you're that careful. If anybody out there has a family line of the same goofy shit over and over in their family, you got to do something about it. So you might seem lame to people, but you look good. So you know how you look. You're not lame, you're smart. Because whoever you're with is a reflection of you. Whoever you pick, that's your own fault. If they're wrong, you chose them. And if you end up repeating cycles in your family, don't beat yourself up, but just don't do it again. For me, I don't want to. And I'm very careful. I pay attention to my parents and what they did and how they got together. Me and my sisters raised ourselves. So I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to be out here, being nobody baby mama, put
You
nobody on
know
child
what?
support. None of
We
I
are the
can't do it.
same. We are the same person, man. And I hear everything that you're saying. But you also said that the only way we can get out of this shit show is if we come together, stand on one accord, learn how to deal with each other, function with each other, build and have structure, rely on each other, trust each other. Coming from you, after all that we've been hearing about
Mm-hmm.
your philosophy, being the lone wolf and everything, and nothing's wrong with that. But how can we there's plenty of people like me and you, lone wolves out there, people that keep to ourselves and stuff. But how can we preach a narrative of
Mm-hmm.
unity while preaching a narrative of isolation at the same time?
That in order to get to heaven, you got to go through hell first, and the hell within yourself. You can't give to someone what you don't have. And I told you I take full responsibility for myself. There's no way I'm going to try to give someone something that I'm working on myself with. I have stuff that I need to make sure I patch up within myself. I'm not going to be out here doing people dirty, treating people like shit. That's not fair to them or me. Now, I can speak my mind. I may come across real rude to someone when I don't want to be bothered. I'm trying to heal myself. I'm trying to heal myself. So if someone try to step on my path, and it ain't a good path for them at that moment. Not because I'm a bad person, but because I have to heal me completely. I have to, or I'm
You
not
know
going to treat
what?
them so well.
I'm glad you said that. And that's us as a whole, the black community, the black family. That's what we're all dealing with. We've been dealing with trauma, especially in this country, and to be
Yeah.
having this conversation about, what we gonna do, where we gonna go. America is our family, and a lot of us feel like we've been mistreated by our family. We don't know how to deal with our family, man. A lot of people don't trust our family. Like we all going through it as a people. It's a bunch of lone wolves out here. It's a bunch of people that splintered off from their families and they doing their own thing with their immediate family, not their extended family. It's a whole lot of that going on out here. So it's not an isolated situation at all. I'm starting to believe it's a part of the black experience at this point.
It is. In order to get to heaven, you got to go through hell first, and you can't be afraid to go there. And some hellish places exist within yourself when you start digging things up and putting patterns together and paying attention to why people in your family act the way they act, and what are you going to do about it within your own life so that you don't repeat that same cycle with someone who is innocent, hasn't done anything to you. That's something I can't do. That's not something I can live with. So however long it takes for me to get myself together out, it's fine. I can't, I'm not going to be like what I come from. I refuse to do it to anybody, but I will put a person in their place if they come to me the wrong way, though.
See, that's the part. That's the part that we focus on, the defense
Yeah.
mechanism. And a lot of times that's what
I'm
keep
honest about
us
it.
that's what keep us in a lowly state, man, because we're so defensive, we're so fixated on the negative aspects of life. It's hard to come into the positive aspects of life, especially when you never truly experienced it, man.
You're right. And I haven't. And I'm honest about it. I never have experienced that. But it's cool because I'll get there with time. I'll get there with time. And I'm honest about it. You know, it's one thing to lie and pretend to be something you're not. I can't do that. You're
We
going to
don't
see that
have
anyway.
time.
I
We don't
can't.
have time. We don't
I know
have,
that's right.
today is the day. Today is the day where you make that change. Today is the day when you look in the mirror and say, you know what, enough. Instead of frowning, I'm going to start wearing a smile. I don't give a fuck what's going on. I got to wear a smile today. Not for you, but for me. Don't smile for other people. You got to smile for yourself. I believe that's a start.
Yeah, you're right, Sean. You're right, Sean. Yeah.
Because you don't have to be this way. You don't have to, especially now that you know me and we talk and we mirror each other. I'm letting you know, we can get through this together, man. What's happening in America, what's going on, all of the loopholes, all of the fixes, whatever people doing to survive out here, it ain't gonna be
Mm-hmm.
working. The gig is up. We
Hey,
we need to not rely on each other, but we need to deal with each other better. Better yet, we need to find ourselves in a positive space.
yeah, that's true. That's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. Doing the inner work on myself. Like, you can't, too many people try to rush and get into relationships because they're afraid of themselves. Then a lot of people say, what this other person did. And they're right,
Mm.
they did. But people are afraid of themselves. They're afraid of themselves. They're afraid to be seen by themselves. They're afraid to do things on there. That's women and men, not just women and not just men, both. And you got to be comfortable with yourself, or you're going to become clingy and desperate on another person. And they can't be everything for you. That's not fair to them. It's just not
That's
fair.
true.
That's weird. That's crazy. You know. So
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
got to be able to do that and be whole with yourself and be real, because no one's perfect. Some of the
And I've been
imperfections are
there.
good. You know what I'm
I've been
saying?
there. Yeah, I've been there, man. Especially when you dealing with someone that's just oh so attractive. Oh, you're so beautiful. You got this, you got that. Oh, look at you. You get fixated on another person and you begin to neglect
Mm,
yourself. But just consider the people that's fixated on celebrities. They on Instagram. Oh,
yeah,
look at his car. Look at his house. Look at
I
his
know.
girl. Look at that. Look at all this shit. They have plenty of people that they look at and admire, but when they look in the mirror, they can't even stand the sight.
Wow. Wow.
Fucked up. It ain't right. But one thing for sure, soulmate, I appreciate you. You called in. You never called, or if you called before, it was a long
Never.
time ago. You never called.
No, but I've watched your show. I love the stuff you do, the rawness, the bluntness, the jokes. I dig it, and I'm subscribed and will always be. So it's been a pleasure.
Man, don't let this be the last time, man. I feel like we both working on ourselves and stuff, and we trying to figure things out. And this conversation was very necessary, especially for the current times that we living in. So you get a golden pass whenever you want to call, whenever you want to talk. You
Awesome,
can
man.
feel free. No, and what you say your name was again?
My honest, my real. legal name, I just put my first name, is literally Goddess. That's my name, Goddess.
Goddess, you know, that's exactly what you are. We appreciate you, Goddess. Don't be no stranger. I want to thank you so much for calling in for the first time. Don't let it be the last time. We gonna holler at you soon. Real talk,
All
Goddess.
right, son.
You
Take
be
it
good.
easy now.
All right, no doubt. Take care. You know what, man? That was beyond beautiful, y'all. Because for the longest, I was feeling like I'm the only person that's going through what I'm going through, especially when it comes to relationships and things. But today I realized that this is just a part of the Black experience. We all gotta heal. And it's not about black or white. There's people of all nationalities that go through similar things. It's the times that we living in, man. Matter of fact, in Asia, the divorce rate, the pop, people not even having babies. They're not dating. They're not procreating. They not none of that. And I ain't talking about just Japan. Population faces extension amid birth rate crisis. Why it matters. Japan's population has been declining for 15 consecutive years with birth reaching its because people too busy gotta work and gotta do all this stuff to keep up to where a relationship ain't even beneficial like that. Hold on. What's the other place? So I'm just pointing this out because it's not just a black thing. It's a world thing. You know, it's young South Koreans offer hundreds of dollars to start dating. They will pay you to go out there and find somebody, be with somebody, go on a fucking date. A South Korean city district is aiming to tackle the declining birth rate in the country by paying its citizens to start a relationship and have children. The Sahagu District Office of Basan is planning a matchmaking event in October and offering $1,750,000 to people who start dating as a result. Of course, they trying to pay people to get somebody to love. The project is designed to overcome the demographic crisis amid South Korea's low birth rate by forming a multicultural local community in the future. A multicultural local community. Like, y'all get out there and make some babies. Said, is people really going through it, man? But that's Negro here, no there. We got to get back into this because they said this woman was 400 years old and Trump trying to call the madness out. I got to run this all the way back. Look, hold on, run it back. Look.
In a court filing, the White House said that Elon Musk is not a DOJ employee and has no authority to make decisions. Can you clarify for us today
Well, Elon
what his
Musk,
exact role is there?
Yeah. Elon is, to me, a patriot. So, you know, you could call him an employee, you could call him a consultant, you could call him whatever you want. But he's a patriot. I mean, look at the kind of things I just said. Just write it down, just in case that question got asked, right? And which I'm surprised it took so long, actually. But you know what? Ukraine's a bigger deal because people are dying by the thousands a week, thousands. But look at this, from 90 to 99, Social Security, 6,054,000 people. Well, that's okay. Maybe that's possible. You know, 90 to 99, maybe it's possible. It's a lot of people, though, at that. But people that live to 100 to 109, 4,734,000. Wow, that's a lot. That means over 100 years old. They're 4 million people. I don't know too many. I know people that are doing great in their 90s, but not too many people over 100. But over 120, from 120 years old, people that are 120 years old up to 129, 3,472,000 people. Wow. You know, that can't possibly be because the record is like, I think it's one person, a woman, lived to 127, but they have 3,472. Okay, but now we're going really in. People from 130 years old to 139-year-old, 3,936,000. Wow. I wonder if people are getting paid with all this. I mean, are these checks? And that's what we're checking right now. People from 140 years old to 149 years old, 3,542,000, 140 years old.
Wait. Where do they congregate? The 55 and up senior citizens living. They need to jack up the age limit. Hold on, y'all. $55 and up senior citizen living facilities. I mean, they got 55, that's young. They need to boost that shit to 100. Senior apartments, memory care facility, proposed, look. Shit, in a couple more years, I'll be able to live up in one of these bitches. That's not old at all compared to these numbers that they given to the White House. Look at this.
And beyond. Now we're really going, because we're looking to break the record by 25 years. People from 150 years old to 159 years old, 1,345,000. These are in the, by the way, these are in the computer files. This is what they do well. They're super. I asked Elon, who are these Doge people? He said they're super brilliant computer people and they love the country.
Thanks for watching. Stay.
Oh my, hold on, wait. They don't figured out what the fuck is going on. That's why they wanted to get in that information. That's why they wanted to get in the database to figure out what the fuck is going on. If you doing something wrong, or if you got an illegal gig or something like that going on, you might as well cut that shit out. If your grandmama passed 70 years ago, you still getting money from your great-great-granddad, you might want to pull a plug on that, because now they is seeing what the hell is going on out here for real. All my questions is answered. Social Security. War veterans, people that have been in the Second World War, the First World War still living, and getting that Social Security, been dead. They gonna have to get up out these houses. Get the fuck up out, go get a job. Go get a job. You're gonna have to leave your house and pick up a mop. And plus the Tesla bots doing all the mopping. The fast food, the tech about to be doing that. What the fuck? Man, I don't know. Y'all gonna have to let me know in the comment section, man. They cracking down. They getting to the bottom of this. We gotta talk about this some more. Y'all let me know, man. I'm over here kicking ass. And for all you ladies out there, I want to let y'all know, I'm going to be back. And all you got to do is stay tuned, Delilah. I see you over there. And all of the rest of the beauty. If you in the comment section, let me know. Because I'm over here kicking ass. Got them niggas pissing in their pants. I smacked the shit out your boyfriend. Y'all ready for the next video, because it's coming. It's coming right now. It's coming. The next video coming. Smack the shit out your baby daddy. I smack the shit out your baby daddy. Y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna be back. The next video coming, man. Smack the shit out of your baby daddy, man.